Hey y'all, it's me hanging out in my room again where it's quiet. Last week I shared a blog with you all about something that happened while Salem was homesick. He was looking at his Bible storybook and I wanted to share about it with you here as well. And he was flipping through the pages and he came to the page where you see Moses in the basket lying in the reeds of the Nile right there in the water, and you see Miriam watching from a distance. And he looked up and he said, "I don't like this story, Mama. This one's sad." And I said, "What story?" And he turned it around and showed me, and I thought, I don't like that story either. That part of that story is so gut-wrenching and so sad. I mean, here is you think about Moses' mother who had to, just in faith, as Hebrews tells us, she laid him there in hopes that he would live. They knew that he was a special child. And then I didn't think twice about it. He turned the page and he said, "Hey, look, Mama, he made that water stand up." And then he turned the book around and there was Moses with the two walls of water on either side of him. And man, the Spirit of God just came alive in me, and I had to choke back the tears, to be honest with you. Because if you've ever walked a painful journey, it's hard to see in the moment how God is using all of that pain and what it's going to turn out to be like. It's hard to understand what's the purpose in it. And I think many times we didn't ask for this trial. We didn't ask for this trench. We weren't expecting it. But here we are finding ourselves in the middle of some of the hardest days of our lives. And I'm sure that's how Moses' mother felt when she laid him in the Nile in hopes that he would survive. And amazingly, it actually pushed him right where he needed to be, in the arms of Pharaoh's daughter, where he would learn all about the way things worked in Egypt. And it gave him the ability later on to be a mouthpiece for the Israelites. And so that pain actually catapulted him into his purpose. And after he walked through that, here he is many, many years down the road, and he walks up to an even greater water, and he is able to by the power of God, make that water stand up on two sides so that other people could safely walk forward into their purpose. And I can't think of a better picture of what God does with our pain. I don't know what kind of trial or pain that you have walked through or the journey that God has you on, but I know that God never wastes pain. I can promise you that. And right where you're at, you may be on the banks of the Nile and you feel like you are in the most painful and most challenging season of your life, but God is not going to waste that. And actually, usually it's Him catapulting us. He is using that to catapult you into your very purpose. And there's something really special about trial and pain, and that is, after you have walked through a journey, you walk with a new authority and a new anointing to pave the way for other people to walk into their promise. So you may be on the banks of the Nile as far as pain is right now, but I promise you one day you're going to stand on the banks of a Red Sea and you're going to put a staff in the water and you're going to pave the way for other people to walk into their promise because of what you've been through. And I hope that's an encouragement to you. Pain is never wasted. God sees our pain, and He is using every bit of it to form us and to make us exactly what He wants us to be.